One question that, I mean, NFTs in the Cosmos ecosystem are quite different to NFTs on Ethereum, for example, right, or on Solana. Before we jump into Atom and the Cosmos Hub and your guys' views on that, can you talk a little bit about how far we are away from interoperable, IBC-enabled NFT transfers, and that you can mint on different chains and you can just send it back and forth smoothly? How far are we away from that? And are there still any technical challenges that fundamentally need to be resolved?
I'm going to go ahead and say there's no fundamental technical challenges, and the two founders who are going to do the first interoperable NFT things are sitting on this screen right now. Guys, I do have to jump a little early today, so I'm really sorry, but I hope you guys keep this conversation going, because there's a lot of great questions in the chat, and Sissel and Shane are two of the best out there. I got to go make this IBC DAO thing happen. Wish me luck, and I'll catch you guys in a bit.
Before you go, any alpha on that IBC DAO thing, or too early?
It's too early. I want to share it, but I can't. When I can share it, you guys will be the first to know.
You need
Cryptocito,
dates
I'll hit you up. This is like a pivotal week for this. We've got a lot of pieces are kind of coming into place, and we're gonna get this thing done. But as soon as I have something to announce, Cryptocito, I'm gonna hit you up, and we're gonna go live, and we're gonna make it happen. I'll catch you guys in a bit later.
All right, take care, man.
Yeah, Cryptocito always trying to extract alpha for his audience.
I have to. I can't let it go like that.
Shane, please go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you to go ahead, because you guys already did a demo with IBC and NFTs, right? So why don't you go ahead and I'll.
So there are multiple approaches. So it's twofold, right? Like one between other Cosmos, chains, sovereign chains, SDK-based chains. So if this is the first thing, there are still, some challenges around standardization, which a lot of people might be aware of at the moment. But at the same time, we had Iris and some of the others also achieved this. They've moved NFTs from one of the SDK-based chains through multiple other chains to Ethereum. So that happened. So it is not a challenge for it to happen, but can it consistently happen? Can the model scale? Is the architecture right, to be able to, get high value NFTs, from Ethereum, or mint high value NFTs here? So there are some, current challenges around standardization, I believe. Then being able to also derive the right standard, which might not be universal, right? There might be, as Shane also believes in some sense, NFT is a primitive, right? And more specifically, we look at it as a content primitive. We look at it as, primitives for multiple things. And in that case, we might not have one standard to rule them all, right? So there might be a variation in native standards, if that is first. Shane obviously designed, the CW721 standard, which is almost similar to the ERC721 standard. And, some of the other chains that utilize it, like Solana's Metaplex standard and so on and so forth. So that is another aspect. So do chains actually, have to have a COSM-WASM module and an EVM module, within their chain to be able to transfer? Or, will we have standard relayer, transformation at a IBC module / relayer, level? So some of the technical challenges around these are, these are the technical challenges. But, through consensus, through, social engineering, or, with everyone coming together, there might be a few more things that are possible, right? With everyone utilizing the CW721, that can become a standard for NFTs. Choose to go ahead and implement native NFT standards, right? That can also be a case. So there are multiple ways in which this approach is being analyzed, and we've had various people utilize different approaches. So we have Terra, Juno, of course, Secret utilizing Targets, utilizing COSM-WASM, while we have, some of the others like Iris, BSN, and so on and so forth, utilizing native standards. Now, with the Theta upgrade, we have a module, that might set a base standard for Cosmos native chains or SDK-based chains to, utilize NFTs. So there are multiple approaches, and we are still analyzing, while we couldn't wait no longer, and had to build our native standard to be able to work on rights and so on and so forth. So tomorrow, a CW721 or an ERC721 can come down, utilize the ONFT protocol, just like how maybe an Ethereum token can utilize osmosis, in some sense. So yeah, that is those are our views on that. Of course, there's research going on on both sides, COSMOS as well as the native, side of things. But I don't see like a problem now, but at the same time needs a lot of work. So it might take a quarter or two, to get there.
Yeah, exactly. Just to kind of fill in a little bit. Yeah. So right now there's the ICS 721 standard for IBC NFT transfers, and that's pretty much almost finalized. It's not merged in yet, but it's pretty much almost done. And we've been working on a COSMOS implementation of that to be able to transfer NFTs between COSMOS chains. But it can also work to SDK chains too. So you'll be able to transfer an NFT from a COSMOS chain to an SDK chain, and vice versa. We're getting the implementation ready. So when the standard is ready, we can get it out there. But in the perspective of Stargaze, like we're kind of building out what the community wants, right? And obviously all the CØSMOS people want IBC NFTs, but the community wants like minting tools and other stuff, right? So we're kind of like building stuff in order. So we do have like the IBC NFT stuff in the works. And at some point, we're probably going to do a demo. We're probably going to launch the IBC contract on Juno and have one on Stargaze and kind of demonstrate that working. But yeah, eventually it'll be amazing to have this like IBC connected, like NFT kind of network where you can like imagine like a game or something where you have like you can have the hidden items or something on Secret Network, right? And, we're going to have some kind of form of NFT staking at some point. So if you want to earn yield on it, maybe you can have it on Stargaze. So, and then maybe you can sell it on OmniFlix. Like, you can have all these like connections between the chains with that, which I think will be super cool. And this year, that stuff is definitely coming, right? And the important thing is everyone has to, try to implement the same standard. So that's going to be a challenge. Right. So, hopefully we can chat about this at some point and, with the secret people as well and maybe Terra and, Terra also kind of speaks some variation of CW721. So the important thing is to keep the standard really simple so everyone can just like adopt it.
So.